Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and we have an update. We have our added value, or should I put it in the learning quotation marks and say added value. Celtic have released a statement which outlines what the fans will get back for their tremendous commitment over the past year to make up for the failings of the 2020-21 campaign. We're also providing the briefest of updates towards the managerial situation at Parkhead. It's one that has been met with a lot of backlash. Let's talk about it all in this video. I'll give my opinion to Celtic's statement this morning, or this afternoon I should say, as the season ticket renewals start today. They've begun without a manager, may I add. You know, well, the season tickets are out, but we don't know who's managing the team. Yeah, let's talk about that. I put out a tweet this morning on the podcast account saying don't all rush to renew your season tickets, because I knew this is exactly what was going to happen. We knew today at noon was meant to be the renewal stage for the season tickets. It was going to begin today. That was kind of subliminally announced. It was floating about social media, and Celtic confirmed that with the statement this afternoon. I said don't rush to renew your season tickets, because Celtic have done nothing really as of late to warrant us paying all our money, £500 worth of hard-earned money to renew these season tickets, and it's kind of came out with that statement why we shouldn't rush to renew these season tickets. Look, it's clear to see that Celtic's objective was to have the managerial announcement made for the season tickets starting, so that there would be that kind of rush of energy, that little bit of fanfare to encourage us to get that season ticket. But it's not happened that way, and it's not even just the fact that that's not happened. It's the thing that angers me and the other people who are obviously very critical of this. The thing that's been the most annoying has been the lack of communication with the Celtic support. The fact that we have been left in the dark surrounding everything with the future of our club. There has been no identification as to who the manager is going to be. We've all just been assuming it's Eddie Howe. There has been no updates on the progress towards making him the manager, and really we've just been left here to take trickles of evidence from publications such as the Daily Record as kind of the first-hand word that that's what's going to happen. There's just been no real solid information. We've just had to take presumption after presumption, which has been really, really annoying. But Celtic have provided us with a bit of an update. So before we talk about that added value, let's talk about Eddie Howe. Let's talk about the next Celtic manager, which I think Celtic have all but confirmed it will be him. Without actually saying, look, Eddie Howe is our next manager, it seems to me that it's pretty much him, unless they're going to strike us with surprise of the century, Seth Rollins cash-in stuff, and Roy Keane's going to be marching up the Celtic way with a Money in the Bank briefcase. Maybe that's what's going to happen, but let's talk about what they've said towards the managerial situation. So in the original tweet that Celtic put out about the situation, about the statement, they did allude to the fact that there is a manager. They didn't just say we were hoping to announce a manager, they said the manager. So it does seem like there is someone there that is ready to go, is ready to be confirmed, but they just can't say yet for whatever the reason is behind the scenes. I'm assuming it's to do with maybe the Bournemouth stuff, the other coaches, maybe the gardening leave situation. But in the original tweet, Celtic said we had hoped to announce the manager before providing this update. However, we must now begin the renewal process to allow us to prepare for a phased and safe return to Celtic Park for our supporters. But if you read on into the statement in regards to the manager, they say that we had hoped to have announced the manager before providing this update, and we do intend to finalise the appointment of the next Celtic manager shortly. However, we have been encouraged by the recent announcement of crowds at sporting events across Scotland this summer. So basically saying with the whole fans being in Wembley, fans hopefully being back in Scotland at some point as well, and with the returning crowds all across England in the Premier League, you've seen 10,000 at each stadium. Celtic are thinking, well, we better hurry, we don't want to be left behind. Basically, we want the revenue, we want the money that all these clubs and all these stadiums will be getting throughout the summer and onwards as well. We don't want to be left out. But they do say we are hoping to finalise the appointment of the Celtic manager shortly. Now, if you remember rightly, Keith Jackson released an article on Sunday night, saying that it would be this week. There's now reports that it's looking likely it'll be Friday. Let's hope it is. They say they hope to have it finalised on Friday. Now, the scary part about that is they're saying we hope to have it finalised, the appointment finalised, which says to me there's wiggle room for someone pulling out of this, whether it be Celtic or Eddie Howe. That's the scary part. I don't imagine that will happen. The fact that they've came out with this statement and basically alluded to it being shortly, would be it would be another PR disaster for Celtic, and it would not surprise me. But the fact it's been said is at least probably the only encouraging part of all of this, knowing that it should be soon. But the fact that we are let's not ignore the fact that we are 92 days on from Neil Lennon's resignation as Celtic manager, and we are nowhere closer from day one. Because day one, the rumour was, Eddie Howe, but and we're still there. There's still nothing to say it's done, officially. There's still nothing to suggest that it's going to be over anytime soon, really, because we've had the same articles week after week. And I know this is saying that it should be soon, but how much longer must we wait? Are we going to hit the triple digits? Is it going to be 100 days that we have to wait for our new manager? I'm severely worried that it might be, because it just makes you doubt and doubt and doubt. But you take your moments of positivity along with a lot of negativity. You know, there's one minute I'm like, Eddie Howe will be the next manager. And then there's minutes where I'm like, what if he's not? I'm hoping with that part of the statement, Celtic saying that the appointment should be concluded shortly, is exactly what's going to happen. I'm hoping that by the end of this week we can sit down and say Eddie Howe's our manager, and we'll actually have a reason to renew our season tickets. But there's so much talk about Eddie Howe that it could take up a video itself. Let's talk about the added value that Celtic fans are getting from this. So, for the season ticket holders of the 2021 campaign, I'll try and read through briefly what we are getting. So, you're going to get a pre-season friendly at Celtic Park against West Ham United, if possible in person. If not, we're back to the pasta paradise, lads. You'll be happy to hear it. Free friendlies from the pre-season training camp, including Charlton Athletic and Bristol City, on the pasta paradise as well. Free entry to a first team training session at Celtic Park, which I imagine will be probably on a Tuesday morning, when everybody's at work and no one can make it on a freezing cold winter's day. Would not be surprised. Free entry to a SWPL women's match at Celtic Park. I understand, good marketing on that point, try and get more people involved in the women's game and supporting the women's team. Could work. A free digital programme for every SPFL match for this season, something that we've all been having as season ticket holders throughout the past season. Me, myself personally, have not opened one. I feel like a physical programme would be much nicer, a little bit more personal. A 10% off at Soccer Academy schools for your wains and such, I suppose. Entry into a draw every month for signed merchandise. 20% off Celtic Park stadium tours, food at the number 7 restaurant, and there was also a £50 voucher for the Celtic store. Motherwell gave their fans a complete refund for the 2021 campaign. There's no convincing me that Celtic as a football club could have done the same for their fans or similar. Why not give us £50 off the season ticket? Because they know for a fact that not everyone is going to use this voucher. They're looking for every easy route there is to take in saving money. If they gave £50 off every season ticket for season ticket holders of the year prior, they know they would be losing money. Whereas these vouchers, there'll be people who forget to have them. People who forget to exercise them. And I encourage you, use it. Take as much money out of them as you can. But we're going right backwards. We're going back to 2012 here, when Kieran all brought this up in the podcast, that they missed out in the Derby games because Rangers were obviously moved down, and instead of getting their money back for paying for the Derby games that should have been the following season, they were given vouchers for the Celtic store. Instead of just saying, here's your money back. There are very easy and cheap routes that the board are continuously taking to really take the piss out of us as supporters, I feel like. And finally, it's just the absolute cheek of asking for this money when there has been no manager announced, no signings announced, no plans announced. We have no clue which direction the club is heading in. The thing that I've been basing everything off is that absolute horror show of a fan forum there was with Dominic Mackay a couple of weeks ago. Apparently, it was terrible. Apparently, everything seemed sort of up in the air, no idea where we're going. It didn't seem like there was an actual structured plan for Celtic. So we've to invest our money into a club that really has no idea where it's going at the minute before a manager's announced. If they're planning on having Eddie Howe shortly, as that statement says, if they're planning on having a manager shortly, why not wait and give us the statement then? It's already bad enough. I'm not saying that would have fixed everything. Absolutely not. It's already bad enough. But why not wait? Why not give us that announcement and then give us the chance to renew our season tickets rather than asking for money off of fans who have no reason to buy into the idea of what's happening at the moment? It just is so clueless, and it just seems to me the board is continuously moving backwards at an alarming rate, where this is the point it's meant to be moving forwards. We're meant to be getting that season done and out behind us, and yet it's just going rapidly downhill once more. If you do not spend your voucher, it will be cancelled upon expiry of the validity period and will remain in the club to support the rebuild. The rebuild that we have no idea what's happening yet with. None at all. Will we even have a clue by the 30th of September, Celtic? That is my question. Will we know then what is happening with our rebuild? Because at this rate, it doesn't seem like we'll know before the conclusion of 2021. So I would like a clearer indication of where the money is going in this rebuild and why fans aren't being probably paid back in a way that suits a lot of other teams across Europe and even in Scotland. We're the richest club in Scotland. We're the most well-off club in Scotland, and I know there's a lot of work for us to do, but the fans have been treated like... I don't even have a word for it. We've been treated like puppets for the past year, and it just continues to roll on like that. I understand a lot of people will be like, I appreciate the sentiment of what they're doing, I appreciate they're trying, and they're trying to find the best way to do it without getting as much backlash. They just keep trying and failing, and it's a significant problem at Celtic at the moment. Very frustrating problem, and just so many things just pile up and pile up and pile up, and it does make you tired, and it does make you sort of annoyed and just restless at everything that the club is about at the moment. Really is just getting to the point where you're like, what is the point? And I think at the end of the day, the frustrating part along with this is what we've been waiting for, the added value we've been waiting for. We've waited for 1 whole year from renewing our season tickets last season for our added value for it to be this. A bit of a slap in the face when you look at the position the club is in and we have no idea where we're going. Really, really classy, Celtic. Really classy. Well, let me know what you think. Get Howe through the door. I'll be happy enough to renew. But it's the way things have been. I just don't know, man. It's just a real slap in the face, it feels at points. But it is what it is. Like, subscribe. See you next time.